Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am so grateful that you have joined us for this little while. We are going to meditate. We are working through the 4 elements, doing some release work, some healing work, planting some seeds today. So you ready? Let's get started. Let's begin with 3 nice, really deep breaths. First, breathing into our chest and the chest in the front. Take a nice deep breath. Fill up your chest, and when you're ready, release it nice and slowly. And now breathe into your chest and your upper back. And now let's take the deepest breath we've taken all day, breathing into our upper chest, upper back, all the way down into our bellies. Hold it for a moment. And when you're ready, release it nice and slowly and thoroughly. And as you release it, feel your shoulders get heavy. Feel your body begin to get heavy. And now we're going to do a little relaxation for our bodies. And so I invite you to press your feet and ankles and legs together. Take a deep breath. And then as you're holding your breath, press your legs together, squeeze, 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 squeeze as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, let your breath go and let your muscles relax. Notice how good that feels. And now pull up your pelvic floor, tighten your glutes, your lower abs. Imagine like kind of squeezing your hips in, and your middle abs. Pull your stomach in, your sides, your back. Imagine it's like you're giving it a squeeze from the bottom of your rib cage to the bottom of your tailbone. So take a breath and then squeeze all those muscles. Squeeze your internal organs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you're ready, let it go. Yeah. And now let's relax the front of our bodies, the rib cage and shoulders. So I invite you to bring your fists, gentle fists, to your shoulders and pull your arms forward as though you're giving a hug to the front of your body, like you're squeezing your sternum and you're stretching out your back. So take a breath and then squeeze it all forward. Feel your back stretch out. It feels so wonderful. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until you're ready to let go, and then bring your arms back to your sides. And now we're going to do it to the back. So keep your fists at your shoulders. Imagine like pulling your shoulder blades together and stretching out your rib cage. Take a breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you're ready, let it go. And now my favorite one, I invite you to pull your shoulders up to your ears. Tuck your chin gently. Pull all of your muscles of your head to your skull. Take a breath and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Just gently hug your head with your shoulders till you're ready to let go, and then and let your shoulders get really heavy. And just notice how good that feels. So today in the video, I have my crystal ball, my quartz crystal. And the reason why I have that is because we are doing the second in our series of the elements, the 4 elements, and this is earth. So we are going to do, again, lots of visualization. Visualizing pulling up some weeds and planting some seeds. So first, let's just relax. Completely settle in. Make sure your body's completely supported. Your feet, your legs, your arms, your hands. If you need to change your position a little bit to get supported, do it. This is your meditation. You get to be comfortable. I'm going to stretch out myself. And now let's imagine you have this little plot of garden. So it can be, really big if you want. It could be really small. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. And so first imagine it has rained recently, so the ground is kind of moist. And that smell after it rains, and you can smell the dirt. I love that smell. So just imagine first you're smelling the dirt, and you're feeling kind of the ions in the air. It's not raining now. And so we're going to have 3 little places where we're going to dig up and plant. So just imagine this little spot where you're going to plant something. Plant some seeds. And so I invite you to think about, and you can choose whatever subject you want, but the idea the guides gave me is for our first little section, we're going to choose relationships. And so I invite you to think about anything you would like to release from your relationships, either pain from, a past in a relationship, or some friction or conflict in a relationship, or just some distance. And just relax for a moment. And then imagine you've got your gardening gloves on, and you've got a little, whatever size shovel you want. And you dig up for a little bit because you're trying to create a good space to plant new seeds. So in order to do that, you have to get rid of the weeds and the rocks and whatever it no longer serves you. So think about what you want to release. And then imagine as you're pulling up the weeds, shaking their roots free from, shaking the dirt free from the roots, and getting every last bit of every weed. That you are receiving assistance from the infinite to release something about a relationship or relationships in general. Maybe it's, a behavior pattern of your own, reluctance to trust people, or, an inherent fear, whatever it may be. Imagine with those weeds, you've released it. The universe has helped you, and the weeds come out easily. And you put them over to the side in a pile to compost later. But now think about what kind of seeds you would like to plant for your relationships. Maybe you would like to have, more activities with friends or loved ones. Maybe you've got, occasions you would like to celebrate, or maybe just, coffee with a friend. Maybe more fun, or just more satisfying, more intimacy. So we'll take a moment to think about what you would like from your relationships. And imagine now you're planting it. So you dig a hole. And I like to plant bulbs because they're a sure thing. But you could plant seeds, or you can even plant little seedlings or little plants. Whatever it is, just see yourself planting it, getting it situated just right. Putting everything to support your new idea. Allowing the universe to support it too, and then covering it up with that nice, fertile, rich soil, and patting it down around it. Maybe you have a little watering can and you water it in, and then you trust the universe to take care of the rest. You watered it, you planted it, and you'll water it again. Probably you might fertilize it. But the rest of it is up to God. The rest of it is up to the one presence and the one power. And so now let's clear away that second space, which is about your sense of your life's purpose. And it doesn't have to be something major. And maybe you have a similar purpose or, intention like I do, which is to be of maximum service to my higher power and my fellows. Which is why I do these meditations and, why I work as a psychic medium and do energy work, because I want to help people. And so now think about, as you're pulling the weeds and getting the rocks out, maybe some clay, think about what you perceive might have stood in the way of your attaining this purpose, or you're moving along as you would like. One of my perceptions of what stands in my way sometimes is some of the wounds, some of the childhood wounds that taught me to doubt myself or not to, believe in myself as much as I could, which is about letting people know what I do. I don't have any doubts whatsoever once someone comes into my care. I know that I will give them absolutely the best experience that I humanly can. And I trust it 100%, which you can too. So you got rid of all the rocks and the weeds, and you've got this fertile soil ready. So imagine you're either planting another bulb or a little plant or a seed, and put it in there, and know whatever your intention is, whatever your sense of what you came here to do or to be. And as you plant it, it is getting the maximum support from the universe. And you cover it with the rich soil, and you water it. And now our last thing to plant, our last little seed, as we allow the energy of the earth to transform us, is fun. I feel like too many of us, and I fall into this category more often than I like to think. We think we need to be serious. We need to, move forward. We need to check all the boxes, accomplish our to-do list, and then we can have fun. And so first think about, as you're clearing the space and digging the hole, what stands in the way of your having fun? I suspect that you, like me, are too hard on yourself, and that fun is a reward rather than a necessity, because it is a necessity, really. And we came here to have these abundant and wonderful, joyful, fun lives. And so once you've got all the rocks cleared away and the weeds and whatever might be in your way, and you just trust the universe that whatever you needed to remove was removed, and now plant the most fun plant or seed or bulb that you can think of. And I invite you to become willing to have more fun in your life. And so covered up with a nice rich soil. And water it from your watering can. And let's just take a moment to imagine ourselves with our bare feet on the ground. It's either soft dirt or soft grass or sand. Standing with your feet on the earth, feeling the healing energy from the earth moving up through all the layers of the earth and entering into the soles of our feet. Just moving through our bodies, releasing what no longer serves us, making way for more joy and more peace, more sense of purpose, better, more fulfilling relationships. Knowing that all is well, and all is well, and all is well. Take another nice deep breath. And know that the earth has your back. You are supported, always, 100%. Whether you feel it and realize it or not, it is there. And let me remind you that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are, right here, right now. And the earth is healing you. The earth is our home. When we are human beings, the earth is our home. And so, of course, our home is meant to be safe and supportive. So accept that support from Mother Earth. And let me again say you are whole and perfect exactly as you are, and the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as you. Namaste. Have a wonderful week.